Yeah, so now I've secured two accounts. I'm sort of toying the idea between scaling them. So my main focus next year is to definitely just have a lot of capital.
If you can give one last piece of advice to somebody that you may have not shared and want to reiterate, what would that be?
Um, I mean, all I can say is
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another interview with one of our SFT funded traders. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Ron. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. So, to start things off, would you mind saying three things that describe your trading journey so far?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd say fun, stressful, and oh, difficult.
Difficult. Okay. Do you mind
Yeah.
elaborating on any of those things?
Uh, I'll elaborate on the stress side because I do believe that this is probably, if not one of the hardest industries to get into because it's a mental game. So if you don't have your psychology on lock, then I don't think trading is right for you because when you're placing trades, when you're winning or losing, you experience different emotions that if you've never experienced it, it's difficult to try and deal with. So obviously, yeah, if it's a mental business. So if you can't deal with the stress that is trading, then it's not for you. So that's all
Right.
I can say about that.
Right. So, since it is stressful, what made you like keep wanting to trade?
I think the reason that I'm pursuing the trading career is my why. I really want to pursue trading because one, I want to sort of master this craft. It's obviously for financial freedom. I want to be my own boss, and I'm sick of the typical 9 to 5 job. I do like my current job. I'm actually in a full-time job right now,
Okay.
but this is more like a side hustle that I'm trying to grow. And yeah, I just don't want the routine of the 9 to 5, and I think that's just my why, really. So that's just keeping me motivated. I'm trying to keep, consistent with my trades, discipline, and all those other things. So yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, how did you even get introduced to trading in the first place?
I think I don't know, it was back in 2020. So when the whole COVID thing started, I'm pretty sure it was just one of the videos or on Instagram. I saw all these candles and people, the typical Lamborghini videos, like, oh, if you do this, and yeah, that sort of grabs my attention. And then I sort of dabbled into it a little bit, jumped into a demo trading account, and I was making like crazy gains, and I was like, oh my god,
Mhm.
I can do this. And but obviously, demo trading is completely different because you
Yeah.
don't have slippage, you don't have the spreads, and yeah, it was obviously it's new to me, so I knew that it wasn't going to be that easy. So yeah, but it was back in 2020 COVID time, and obviously the whole world stopped, so I had a lot of free time,
Hmm.
and yeah, that's where it all started, really.
Yeah. So, like, has it been like a lonely journey? Like, have you met other people and like you guys have helped each other like build your strategy? How has your journey been so far?
Yeah, I'm actually quite fortunate. So in my circle of friends, I do have another friend who's actually doing an SFT challenge as we speak.
Oh,
So it's really nice because, like you say, it is a very, very lonely journey. Um, Not everyone's going to get what you're doing because a lot of these people think it's a scam. There are a lot of people that will scam you, like buying
yeah.
courses and stuff. And I've never bought a course in my life. I'm self-taught. I studied on YouTube and stuff like that. But what was the question again? Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just saying, like, how has your journey been so far? So you were kind of
Yeah.
saying, like, you have a buddy that's also trading, which is good, like a support system. You said you were self-taught. So how
Yeah.
has being self-taught, because I am also self-taught. So like what kind of like YouTube videos did you kind of look up and then kind of build your strategy from?
Okay, so when I first got into it, I didn't have a clue what was going on. I think I started doing retail, as like majority of traders do. They get into the retail, support and resistance indicators, and all those things. But it wasn't long until I realized that something didn't feel right with retail.
Yeah.
It was about a year I did retail trading. I was up and down, and it was very stressful because I was following my strategy. Well, there's a breakout, you enter a trade and all that stuff, and yeah, it just didn't click for me. And then I came across ICT, and I'm pretty sure it was my friend who told me about ICT, smart money concepts, and all that stuff. And that to me made a lot more sense. So in my second year, which probably towards the end of 2021, was when I started taking it really seriously and studying through like all the different strategies that ICT had to offer. And then ever since then, I'm trading completely different. I trade price action. I don't use any indicators. So yeah, my trading is completely different. And again, I'm still in the beginning of my journey, and there's more to learn. So yeah, it's just taking it day by day, really.
Okay, and since you're like you moved away from resale, what's like the biggest thing in your technicals that you feel like changed the game for you?
It was so the way ICT, like his stuff that he taught was, the price action, like this, the buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, big impulses, stuff like that. Is that what you're trying to? Is that what your question?
Yeah, so like moving away from support and resistance, like you were saying, you have like some losses. It wasn't as consistent for you. So just like what part of ICT, what ICT strategy like clicked for you, I would say.
Yeah, so he also mentioned about like different time zones, like zones. Time zones is very important, like London Open. And I didn't know anything about this retail because I was just always on the charts, and every opportunity I saw, I took a trade, but it always managed to, I always got losses and it didn't make sense to me. And then I came across different time zones and, the crossover between London and New York and stuff like that, and really, and just exposing myself visually into the markets. And I used to trade like, it was crazy. I used to do like 10 different pairs, and I was just like overwhelming myself. But now I pretty much only trade GU. I don't trade like gold or US 30 or anything like that, just purely GU, because I have been journaling as well. That's something I'm trying to improve on. But yeah, I've noticed I'm more profitable with GU. Just pure ICT stuff, the basics really. Which everyone knows, because he's grown now. Everyone trades ICT. I'm not saying that retail is wrong, because you can trade support and resistance, but yeah, for me, it just didn't make sense. So I've never looked back. So it's all about smart money.
I understand. It's really whatever works for you, what comes to you easily and effortlessly, and that you can constantly like whatever is like most probable and makes you the most profits at the same time. So it looks different for everybody, for sure. Yeah. So since we are talking about your strategy, do you mind sharing your screen and kind of going over how you view the market?
Yeah, I'll try. So do I just press share screen? Is that all right?
Yes, you can do it now. I just gave you the permission to. Okay. Yeah, I see it. Okay. So okay, you can just go ahead and walk us kind of through like how you view the market and just, take your entries.
I'll try my best. Like I said, I'm still fairly new to this. Like I've only been doing it.
Take your time. No pressure at all.
So this is I'm pretty sure this was a winning trade. Okay. So it's on GU, and what do we have here? I'll delete that. So I'll try and make it like, okay, so basically I saw this price action making equal highs here, and this was like, so my charts is set to London. It's not like New York time. So this is during the Asian range. I'm pretty sure the price action was doing this during the Asian range, and then I think I caught this move as well. So if I zoom in, God, this is quite like, I don't know, I feel nervous showing my stuff because I'm still learning. Like,
no, you're fine. Yeah, like even let's say a trade that you took on your funded account or any kind of trade. So
yeah, okay. So like, yeah, as I was saying, this was during the Asian range, and I think I took this buy. I'm not sure if I actually took it, but I sort of I got this little impulse move because um, I think I'm a day trader, but I also scalp. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a swing trader. So I'm in and out trying to get my 1 to 3, 1 to 2, depending on the risk that I've felt that day. Um, but yeah, so that's the trade that was during the London Open. But then during the New York, which is around about between 1 and 5 p.m. I saw this sort of downward candle, and if we go to the 5 minute, okay, it was this move here. Obviously, you see the liquidity grab here, and then there was a break of structure right there, and I sort of waited for price to pull back into some sort of fair value gap, which was around about here,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then obviously target the liquidity. That was a 1 to 4 trade, but
Mm-hmm.
I try and sort of simplify um, my strategy, stuff like that. Like keep it simple, break of structure, wait for a retracement into a fair value gap, and then just place a trade and
Mm-hmm.
target liquidity pretty much. And then
For
obviously, yeah.
I was going to ask, for someone that doesn't know what liquidity is, do you mind kind of like explaining what that is?
Oh God, this is really bad. See, so basically, there's going to be buy side liquidity. There's going to be like sell stops for people, um, placing orders there. So it's a way for the market to manipulate price.
Mm-hmm.
It's stop out the people that don't know what they're doing, and
Mm-hmm.
then sort of the market makers then can
Yeah.
get into a high premium and then a discount or something, and then they can sort of trade into it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it messes up buyers and sellers because if you're
Yeah,
selling
yeah,
where that X is, you're gonna get
yeah.
stopped out, and then buyers like, okay, it's a breakout, but end up reversing. So they get both players of, like you said, people that don't know what
That,
they're doing,
yeah.
and you
I
have
think
people like
pretty much
yourself that
every swing high
capitalize.
or swing low, there's always going to be liquidity there. It's
Mm-hmm.
just depends on the different time frames that you look at, because from obviously we're on a 5 minute chart here. It's a little bit more volatile as compared to your daily charts, your daily candles. Yeah, but it's all the same because the market's fractal. So
Mm-hmm. It
yeah,
is, yeah, it is. And then even for that sale, it looks like just a simple break and retest as well of that previous low.
yeah.
Nice. Very, very simple, very clean. So I understand why that definitely upped your game for sure.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still tough because obviously
Yeah.
that you're going to get losing trades, and you're not going to be winning trades all the time. And like I said earlier, it's all about psychology. If you can't handle the losses, then you shouldn't be traded, because it is part of the game. You just
Hmm.
got to stick to your strategy. And but yeah, I'm still trying to master that craft, but it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a thing that you get and you don't have to work on it ever again. Like it's an ongoing thing when working your psychology. So
You have to show up every day.
yeah.
Um, I try not to trade every day. That's something I'm like sort of slowly, improving, because yeah, I don't know. Every day I just want to get in the charts and have a look at what I can do. That's something I'm trying to improve on currently. But yeah, it's always the same. Like break of structure, wait for a pullback into a fair value gap, and then targeting some sort of liquidity or from the previous day high, previous day low, stuff like
Hmm.
that. So
Okay.
keep it as simple as possible. So I don't want to overwhelm myself.
Yeah, exactly. In a complex market, if you can keep it simple, that's your best bet. And I see you have previous weekly fair value gap. If you don't mind explaining, like what is a fair value gap for those that may not know?
So it's where there's a lot of it's where, like, is it unfilled orders, I
Hmm.
believe. So if the market is like rallying up and there's not enough sellers to complete that order, is that right? I'm not
Yeah.
sure if that's, you might have to like answer for me, because I don't, like I said,
Well,
I
I don't
sometimes.
actually don't trade ICT, so I'm
Oh,
not, yeah.
interesting. So what do you trade then?
I trade price action and structure, so I'm
Yeah.
paying pretty close attention of how I'm getting reactions in certain areas and then making my bias from there. So
Yeah. Well, from my understanding, like I said, I'm just from like obviously trading as well. You find out a lot about yourself, and for
Mm,
me, my idea is just to keep things as simple as possible. So if I know something works, I try not to think about what it means to, if that makes sense. I just know
mhm.
that if there's a fair value gap, price will eventually test that level, mitigate that level. It has to, in the future, it has to fill this sort of this gap here between, let's zoom in,
Yeah.
between that wick and
Hmm.
that wick.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously, its price action is it's either gonna consolidate within that fairly gap, and this is today, so
Hmm.
um, it's retracing slowly back from, because this was the NFP, I believe, this
Hmm.
massive swing. So
Yeah, it was.
it's all just price action, watching loads of fair value gaps, and like you say, like support and resistance levels. But I don't see it as support and resistance. I see it as more as, you know, where prices, impulses moved up or down from, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's even more important to just kind of like understand why price is moving than even just like knowing the name of it. Like there's a lot of different names for different things. Well, a lot of different names for the same exact thing, you know? But if you understand why price is moving the way it is, like it's fine. You don't need to know everything about everything.
There's definitely a lot more to learn. Like I just, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
tough. It's a tough game, but we stick with it. So
exactly. Exactly. Well, thank you so much for showing me
that's
your
okay.
way you look
It's a
at
little bit
business.
messy, but I don't know.
No, it's
If
okay. I mean, it works for you, so that's the good
that's a
thing.
more environment, I could have, yeah, tried to my best, but yeah, it's all
That's
I could do.
okay. Okay,
Mm.
so moving away from just technicals and, trading itself, tell me a little bit more about yourself. So outside of trading, do you have any activities that you do or just kind of things to clear your mind?
Yeah. So like I said, it's a very stressful game, and for
Mhm.
me, I need to find some sort of way to, to release that stress. So I actually work out a lot.
Okay.
Um, it helps me just, I get into my zone. I lift weights, and I just try and release, the emotions out onto the weights. And I
Mm.
also talk to my friends. So yeah, I go to the gym a lot. I'm passionate about cars,
Okay.
which is why I'm into trading, because obviously the money, you can be, rich from it. You can
Hmm.
um, buy Lamborghinis and all that stuff. But that's not the pure reason why I'm
Yeah.
doing it. But it's just, but
Mm.
yeah, gym and cars, just a lifestyle really, being able to travel. I just want to experience, going abroad whenever I want, the freedom to just do anything really and be my
Mhm.
own boss. So
Yeah. Is there like a place that you want to travel that you haven't been to yet?
um, I'd like to go to America, to be honest. I've been
Okay.
to, yeah, I went to New York back in 2018.
Okay.
But yeah, I just want to see all the world. But I
Yeah.
like, obviously I'm Asian. I like to go to Asia. I was in
Hmm.
Thailand a few months ago, and
Nice.
it was just nice. It was a nice experience to be away and
Mhm.
knowing that you can work, you can trade. Um, yeah, it's very appealing to me, the whole lifestyle of trading. So that's what I'm trying to pursue. So traveling as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
cars, gymming, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Typical trader. We love cars.
Exactly. I think we're all the same, because my friend's exactly the same. He likes cars. He doesn't work out, but he wants to
Mhm.
travel as well, and yeah, be filthy rich.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, like the time freedom that you get with being a
Yeah,
full-time trader, you can you can be in the car driving, trading on your way to the airport, but
literally.
don't suggest it. I don't suggest trading on your phone, but I'm
No, no,
just
no, no. Okay, well, I've done that a few times, but
saying.
we won't put that in the edit or anything. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, you can. Yeah, it's crazy. You can make like thousands of
Yeah.
dollars or pounds in within a matter of hours, minutes, and you can be done for the day or the month, depending on the capital that
Mhm.
you're trading with. So that's also what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to buy loads of different challenges. I'm also funded with a different prop firm, not just SFT. So it's all going well so far. But yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
you
And
got to say,
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
pardon?
What were you about to say? I think I cut you off.
I was saying, yeah, we got to stay humble. I've just passed my second challenge with a different prop firm, but it's just like I'm
Yeah.
still, I'm experiencing everything. It's a new experience, so I'm trying to keep my emotions in check, because it's just an emotional business, so mental business.
Yeah, and congratulations on that. Like a lot of people, they don't even pass the challenges yet or even
Yeah,
get a payout. So that's actually pretty big for you. So congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah, and you have two, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, before we kind of like move on from our point with like traveling and the cars and things like that, I think it is important to note for, let's say, if like a new trader is watching this, like the
Mhm.
idea of trading, it sounds amazing. Like you can make all this type of money, but
Yeah,
like you were even mentioning, it is an aspect that you really have to learn a lot about yourself, right?
yes,
So it's not the easiest skill, you can't just make $1 million tomorrow, you know.
no,
Yeah.
no.
So do you want to speak a little bit about like your journey with your psychology? I know you said you were kind of still working on it. So how has
Mm.
that been so far for you?
Like I said, so it is tough, staying consistent because, like I said, I'm trying to steer away from trading every day and just,
Hmm.
sticking to my risk management. I only, risk 1%, and then if I lose that trade, I'm done for the day. You go on to the next day and same again. But yeah, for me, it's just showing up every day, having discipline, because you're not always going to be motivated to trade every day or to work hard, but you have to understand that why you want to pursue trading in the first place, because you can't just you have to put 110% into it, because I'm like 2 3 years into the game, and I just feel if I gave up, it just wouldn't make sense to me, like putting all that much effort and just giving up, because it's, to me, succeeding is far more important. So I'm willing to put myself under that stress. Even obviously, I'm dealing with the stress in different ways, like gymming and other sorts of that. But you have to have a life. You can't just get too consumed by the chance, because if you don't have a life, then it's a very tough place to be in. If you don't have friends to talk to, no family members to talk to, if no one understands what you're doing, yeah, it can be very tough. Yeah, you see all these videos about people buying Lamborghinis and all these mansions and making stupid amounts of money, but you got to stay humble. It's a long journey. You can't. So when I first started, I think I put about £1,000 into a live account,
Okay.
and I went through a stage. I grew my account by like 12%, but at the time I didn't know what I was doing.
Mhm.
I thought I had it sussed. I thought I was going to be rich, but it's definitely not a get rich quick scheme. It's really not. So it's all about consistency, showing up every day, and just being committed to the passion. You have to be passionate. I do believe you have to enjoy looking at the charts every day, because yeah,
Mhm.
it's very time consuming. So I'm
Yeah.
quite fortunate, but
Yeah.
um, I don't have a partner, so I've got a lot of free time to just stick to the markets and just really really work on the craft. But you have to have a life. That's I think that's one of my recommendations, really, to sort of stay with it. Really, never
Mhm.
give up. I know that sounds cliche, but you
Yeah.
just can't. You're either gonna fail. What's that saying? You're either gonna fail. Uh, what's that saying? I think you know what I'm trying to say. It's better to try than to try and not try at all. I think that's
Okay.
what the thing goes. So yeah,
Nice. All right. And it's good that you have that support system. Like a lot of people do not. So for those that do not or they have it, do you also listen to like podcasts or YouTube or read books to help you? Kind of talk about that.
okay.
Okay.
I don't know if okay. I do listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of personal development videos. I've always been into personal development, so that's why I thought trading would be perfect for me, because
Yeah.
I like to learn more about myself and
Mhm.
um, push myself, to be the best version of myself. So personal development is definitely important. So just watching any sort of videos that will help with understanding who you are, your behaviors, the way that your mind works, and habits, and just anything positive that will impact your life in a better way, and just making stuff happen.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's really all about why, and you have to want it enough, um, because
Literally.
yeah, that's what's going to keep you going, really. So a
Yeah.
lot of podcasts and a lot of personal development videos. Yeah.
Hmm. Perfect. Perfect. Well, if you can give a trader that is currently struggling to pass a challenge to even, or they passed a challenge and got funded, but they blew the account and they have to start all over. If you can give just one piece of advice for that kind of trader to just keep going or to be more consistent, what advice would you give?
Just stay with it, just keep at it. I know sometimes you doubt yourself, because I do as well. I'm human, I'm not perfect, and we all experience the same stuff. And just keep at it, stick to your strategies. Personally, like I've said, don't overwhelm yourself, simplify things, stick to your strategy, journal every day, journal your losing trades, your winning trades, have a good support system with whether that be your friends or family. And just for me, I think as well, I think it's very important to be healthy physically, because if you have a strong body, you will have a strong mind, and trading is definitely a mind game. So you have to master this first before succeeding in this sort of industry. So
Nice.
just stick with it.
Yeah. And I need to get like you. I've always talking about going to the gym. I'll go for like a week and then okay, what's going on? But Planet Fitness, they are consistently taking out the money, but I'm just not going in. But I've definitely heard just going to the gym, just having some type of routine also reflect in your trading. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Because obviously I don't know, your body reflects you as a person, in my opinion. If you're looking after yourself, then you're looking after your mind. And it's to me, it's just it just goes well with the trading, because if I'm consistent and disciplined with my working out in gym, then I can also use that with my trading. So ever since I'm treating trading more as a business now. I'm trying to anyway. And you need to be like locked in, So,
Yeah. And I love when people say treating it like a business, because it is a business. Losses are considered like business expenses to me, right? How can I like avoid that business expense again or minimize it, So completely agree.
It's all about risk management, right?
What was that?
It's all about risk management.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, I appreciate you coming on here today and just sharing your story and your journey with us. If you can give one last piece of advice to somebody that you may have not shared and want to reiterate, what would that be?
Okay, let me try and think. I mean, all I can say is just never give up. It's easy, like it's the potential. Like if you can sort of push yourself to the limit and just push through the hard times, and it will be worth it, because I'm telling you now, it's real. Like your life can change in a matter of months, years. So you just keep grinding, keep hustling, and just go after your dreams. That's all I can say, really.
Yeah, perfect. Great advice, honestly. So once again, I appreciate you taking the time out. I know it's like almost 9 o'clock where you are currently.
I really enjoyed this interview. Thanks, Aaliyah.
No problem. So I'm excited to see what you do next. I know you have these 2 funded accounts. Well, last thing, do you have any like goals within the firm space? Do you want to attain more accounts, get more capital? What's your goals with that?
Yeah, so now I've secured 2 accounts. So the other funded account is also 50K.
Okay.
I'm sort of toying the idea between scaling them, but I think I'm going to try and expand and pass other challenges with different prop firms, and then just trade each account differently. I don't like to copy trade. I like to trade differently on different accounts. So my main focus next year is to definitely just have a lot of capital, and just take it day by day and just trade, really.
Yeah.
And go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. Love that. And well, once again, thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching another interview with one of our SFT funded traders. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.